everyone, welcome to Literature in Chunk. This is a video on the first wave feminist writer, their major works and the important concept given by them. In the previous video, we have already discussed about the basics of the feminism and feminist criticism. That was the part 1 and this is the part 2 of the series. So if you haven't yet subscribed my channel, you can subscribe to it and press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of the new videos as soon as I upload them. So let's begin. Mary Wollstonecraft. Mary Wollstonecraft is one of the most eminent and important writers belong to the first wave feminism. She is an English writer, philosopher, and advocate for women's rights. If we look at Wollstonecraft's personal life, she was in live-in relationship with Godwin, and together with Godwin, she had a daughter, Mary Shelley. The reason behind her live-in relationship and not to get married is the atrocities done by her father towards her mother. She had witnessed her father hitting her mother, but the thing is that she was a very courageous lady from her early childhood. She used to protect her mother from the brutality of her father. Now, we will look at some important information related to Mary Wollstonecraft. The first of all, Analytical Review is a periodical by Wollstone. She was the member of radical thinker group named as it.it. She was a kind of liberal feminist because she was of the opinion that man and woman should have equal opportunity and treatment in society. Here is a quotation by Mary which mirror her idea being a liberal feminist. It goes like, I don't wish women to have power over men, but over themselves. Her primary agenda was to fight for education of women. Here we have some important works by Mary. Thoughts on the education of daughter, Mary of fiction, a vindication to the rights of man, a vindication to the rights of woman. Now, in her work, A Vindication to the Rights of Women, she put forward the ideas of education of women. Why a woman should have education? Why a woman should educate herself? What are the reasons behind it? All that is being discussed in her work. So, to state briefly, she points out that a woman should educate herself to become a good wife, mother, and a good companion. Binding up with this writer, we will have a look on Margaret Fuller. Margaret Fuller was an American feminist, belongs to the first wave feminism. Her former name was Sarah Margaret Fuller. Later, she herself omitted Sarah and then known as only Margaret Fuller. Her well-known work, A Woman in the 19th Century, was initially published under the title The Great Lawsuit in 1843 in the Dial magazine. We here gonna discuss her work, A Woman in the 19th Century. In this book, she has talked about the ideas of transcendentalism. Let's have a look on transcendentalism first. Transcendentalism basically focuses on individuality and spiritual emotional freedom of every individual. Now, coming back to the topic here, Margaret talks about both men and women should have individual freedom as that of transcendentalism that will lead enlightenment of all human beings, both spiritual, emotional, side by side, intellectual, that will set free the woman from bondages. On the other hand, in this work, she compares women with slaves. She takes the reference of abolitionism or anti-slavery movement in America. In that context, she states that man treats a woman like their slaves. That's why women should free themselves from the slavery by relieving from the shackles. Now, we will discuss Virginia Woolf, the another marvelous figure in the first wave feminism. She has fought for the woman to some extent. Here I have given a diagram of her life incident. The first one represents death of her sister, mother and father, which leads to her depression. She joined Bloomsbury Group, which is one of the pioneer of modernism. Leonard Woolf was the member of that group. She met him and got married with him. The important works by Virginia Woolf as follows: A Room of One's Own, 3 Guineas, Profession for Women. A Room of One's Own is the popular essay by Woolf, published in 1929. This is an important feminist text which talks about the condition and the necessity of women's writer in the literary world dominated by men. Here is a quotation stated the needs for a woman writer. It reads like, a woman must have money and a room of her own if she is to write a fiction. She also put forward that women are mentally and morally low, as their writing are not taken seriously. They are also physically inferior, as they are not given good quality of food in many hostels as compared with men. Now, profession for women. In this work, Virginia has given 3 important metaphors. The first one, angel in the house. Angel stands for those women who, being a caretaker of family, looks after everything in their household. That's how they become an angel who meant to be only in the house in the patriarchal society. The second one is a fisherman. The patience and the focused mind of a fisherman is something that a woman should have when she is going to write a fiction. The third one is that room of one's own. A woman should have her space when she is going to write down fiction. The last one is 3 Guineas. This is also a work by Virginia Woolf. It's an essay in dialogue form where Woolf has given the answers of the question asked by a man. 3 questions are being asked by a man. The first one, how war should be prevented. The second one, why there is little government funding for the education of women. And the last one, why women are prohibited from doing professional work. So, hope you enjoy the video and find the video very much informative. So that's all for today. We will cover the session of feminism in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.